offense in the game as they took down the
Hello
Yankees
and
in
welcome
runs.
back. This is Frosthair, and we are playing some MLB The Show 20. The Arizona Diamondbacks and the Detroit Tigers, both with opposite records. Detroit 17 and 39, Diamondbacks 39 and 17. Daniel Norris 1 and 6 against Zach Gallen, who's 3 and 2. We got our alternate jerseys today. We're gonna go. We'll go this. So it looks like their team's pretty tired. Our team seems to be okay. I'm gonna put Rojas in at third base today, just to get Escobar a break. And I kind of like this order here. I think. So I'm gonna go ahead and just start it. Should be a fairly easy series against the Tigers. Gonna try to play 2 games tonight. I know that'll probably get me through the end of the week. I think I'm up to Friday, so Friday, Saturday, and play some more games on Saturday. Because I already have Thursday recorded. So our home game for the Diamondbacks. We're in first place. I think we're up by like 2 games or something like that on the Dodgers, maybe 3. But we're doing pretty good. Ooh, I don't know what just popped over there on the side of the screen, but whatever it was not pretty. So Gallen's been pretty good this season, pretty solid. But he's had some command issues, I think, for the most part. Ooh. And we're seeing it here. 3 and 2 on back-to-back batters.
Wow, from 0-2 to 3-2 in that last pitch on 2-2 wasn't even close. He had this guy in the ropes, but now he let him right back into this at bat.
I was perfectly fine until I came in here. I wasn't like hadn't have phlegm or anything, and then all of a sudden I drop. I come in here, start getting baseball ready, and all of a sudden like my throat just closing up. Hard to talk, hard to think, hard to breathe. There we go.
Now Cabrera swings and misses on a good pitch that time as he's rung up for route number 2.
Yeah, he's safe.
Not in time.
It's okay.
He's in there at second. A 1-2 pitch. And it's fouled away. Ready with the 1-2. Rolled slowly down the third baseline. But this is a foul ball as the count holds steady at 1-2. In the dirt. Throw goes over
Got him.
third, and
Got him at third.
Great throw.
So that's pretty good. It's pretty easy, nice. Nice little inning. Ooh. It was too close. Too close.
Norris has pitched just under 60 innings, and in that time he's compiled a WHIP under 1.3.
Popped it up.
He's better than league average in that category.
Yeah, got him. It was close. It was a bad swing. I don't know why I didn't. Oh, he's a lefty? Shit, I didn't even realize that. I got under it, or on top of it, should I say? Top of it. It was probably like 3/4 of the way up, and I was all the way in the corner. Yeah. It wasn't even that. It wasn't even 2/4. It was basically there. If I'd have known that, if I'd have realized he was a lefty, I would have changed the lineup. I would have given some guys a day off. I mean, you don't want to throw me anything good. I'll take a walk. That probably would have been ball 4, but we got a single out of it, so it's okay. It's basically the same thing, but it makes his what's it called, go up. 22 home runs, man. Yeah, that would have been a double play, but I'm interested to see how that one went down. I didn't think I got on top of it, but.
The 1-2. Popped him up. Encarnacion is
so
under it, 1 out.
Yesterday we got some news, some baseball news. So it's unfortunate. If you're watching this, it'll be a couple days ago again. But on Tuesday we got some bad news regarding the state of baseball affairs. And as of Wednesday, we got some more information on it, and things aren't looking good for me to finish this baseball, basically. So, essentially, what's happening is the owners and players are trying to come to an agreement on how much they're getting paid if they restart the season. The problem with that is that there was already an agreement that if there was a shortened season, they would do X, Y, and Z and all this stuff. But then now that they're doing it, the owners want to change things. They want to do a pay scale and all this stuff. And so basically, for all the guys that make the league minimum, they would make about 80% of their paycheck, 90% of the paychecks. They would only lose a small percentage. But the guys like Mike Trout has one of the highest paying contracts in all of baseball. He would only make 30% of his contract. And so obviously, and that's a small percentage, but the Players Association is protect everyone, right? So they still care about those guys, the Trouts and the Machados of the world. And from what I understand, and this is all just coming from like Twitter and ESPN, CBS, like any of the reputable news outlets, is that the Players Association were incredibly offended by this proposal. They said, hey, we were prepared for them to ask for a considerable cut on some salaries and everything, and to work with it from there. But whatever they were proposed was like they can't even believe that this is what the owners proposed, because it's so bad. And this has been the first time this happened. So today that the pay scale information came out yesterday, on Tuesday it was, hey, they give us a proposal, it was really bad, we're not taking this is bad. And then today we got the details of like the pay scale and everything else.
So here now is the pitcher, Daniel Norris. He could be bunting here in order to stay out of the double play.
Ooh, double play, baby. Bunted into the double play. So today, and then and on top of that, you get the articles about this is the first time that like through the whole process that there's ever been like a doubt that they're gonna have a season. So it was always like, yeah, we'll open it at some point in time, everything will be fine, like we'll have a shortened season, whatever, we'll figure out what we're gonna do. But this is apparently the first time that anyone's been like, there might not be a season now, and it's all because of this contract stuff. If they can't agree on something, then it's not necessarily like a strike. It's just a labor disagreement, I guess. I don't really know what you consider it. It's just
So striding in, Josh Wilcox.
And I'm kind of curious to see how, like, some of the other unions and stuff
Now the payoff pitch home.
are
Swung on
dealing
and
with this.
fouled off to the left.
Because I know this is a players' union and everything. But, like, I'm sure there's other unions, like a teachers' union. If
Now a ball
schools are
line
going to be
middle left
closed
side.
or things like that, they have to work from home. Like, I wonder how
And he can only battle
some of
for
that
so long
is
as
going
he's
to,
finally
come
set
out.
down here
So,
after
I don't know, it's very
a
interesting to me.
at-bat. Ready now for the
I
Diamondbacks.
understand.
He got on top of one and was a ground out victim last time. Skied in
I
to
understand
right.
that
Demerit will reach out with one hand to
the
make the catch
owners are going to have considerably less money, because even if the games are played and they get all their television money, they're not going to get all their television money because they're only getting, 82 games worth or 70 games worth or whatever the shortened season is. They're only getting that much revenue, which means they're getting less ad revenue.
In now, Victor Reyes.
But that's not the only thing they're missing out on. So, like, they're getting less ad revenue for the television, but think about all the ad revenue on the park. You see all the billboards out there in right field. This is MLB Network, welcome to the show, like, all this stuff. And that's what you can see on a general telecast. But what about the signage inside the stadium that's not on the telecast? Up there in the stands where you got the advertisements that are up there at the concession stands, and the advertisements that you put in programs, or whoever sponsors the
Swing by Cabrera and a ball hit on the ground is short. And the throw goes to first
the
for the out, but
cards
that'll
they
be
give
enough
out
to
for
get
the
run home as they pull back to even.
what's the like the game card, the lineup card that you fill out at home to keep score, the scorecard that you can fill out to keep track at home or at your seat or whatever. Like, someone sponsors that too. And if there's no fans, obviously no one's buying a scorecard, no one's buying a program. So what happens to that revenue money?
2 balls and a strike.
Like, how is that? How are those contracts? So they're losing money there too. Then, if there's no fans, there's no concessions. There's probably less memorabilia. How many jerseys are they selling at the store each day? How many bats? How many other stuff? Concessions, you assume you probably make some money at concessions because you lose money on operations, like you lose money on the workforce, you use money on like energy and power. You have to keep your stoves running, you have to keep all that stuff running, you have to pay your workers and everything. But I mean, outside of that, I'm sure there's some revenue that still comes in from that, so you're losing that money too.
Grounded to short. Scooped up. Throw goes to third.
Oh man.
He'll be tagged out at third base on a heady play.
I feel like gives me one strike.
Now to the plate, the
I'll steal second with
1 for 1 after a single his first time up.
Yeah, he showed like a little prowess with the bat right there, Dan. I'd be surprised if they don't attack him a little bit more carefully this AB.
And the
it's fine.
throw gets him. Nice play for the out.
So like you lose money there. I'm trying to think of like other stuff that you lose money on, like
Runner in scoring position with Sugan.
obviously ticket sales. You probably don't have to run the AC as much as you normally would, because I mean the AC in the stadium's not helping the players. It's there for the fans. So if the fans aren't gonna be there, you don't have to run that as much. You don't have to worry about facilities. You don't have to worry about cleaning stuff. So I mean, like, you save money in certain ways, or you lose money in other ways.
Tiger shortstop with a ball and 2 strikes. Really feels like he's just on cruise control out there on the mound right now.
I don't know. This is a lot of stuff, and so anyways, the point of my whole thing is, like, I understand that
Nico Goodrum is
the
retired
owners
off the field.
are
Loud contact there, but it's
losing
away.
money.
Foul.
They're probably every single owner
Fouled off.
is going to probably lose money this season,
Is
regardless.
swung on and missed. He got him. Digging in, Grayson Green.
But
First 2 men in the inning have both gone down via the punch out, so we'll see if he can fare any better.
I mean,
To deliver the 1-2. Swing and he pops him up.
I made a note about this on my personal Twitter,
He gets there to
not
make
my
the play,
my
and
my
that ends
Twitch Twitter, but my personal Twitter. I said, I think that
for the bottom of the fifth.
are there
Riding forward
any?
now, Ketel Marte, a hit in 2 at-bats for him
It
at
is
this
the
point.
relationship between the MLB Players Association and the owners the worst
Swung on
in
and
any
hit
major
to
sport.
left center. Chasing after it is Maben.
And I think it's a valid conjecture. I mean, there's a lot of bad blood. There's been a couple
So one away here with
different strikes or threats of strikes.
Sent on the ground
and
to second. Scope has it. Throw on to first. 2 gone.
And, I think that's we've just seen so much in a culmination of
And that'll bring up the power bat of Edwin Encarnacion.
of
The 1-1.
the way that these two sides talk to each other. There's a lot of bad blood there, and it's not necessarily even like most of it's warranted.
Fielded cleanly. Throw to first will get him easily, and the side is
When you've got
next to
the initial
Daniel Norris, 0 for 1
when the
for
initial
Minnesota.
talks came out about what the deal was going to be and everything a couple weeks ago or a month ago, whatever it was,
He's fallen behind
when they're
that
talking about what they were going to do in the meantime and the proposal to start to do a half season and everything.
And that can't find the zone either. It's ball 4, and on
You know,
just
you
5
got
pitches, he's walked the pitcher leading off the inning. For a count now of 2-2.
Trevor Bauer and
Skied out toward right.
there's another player out there
He gets
who,
there and makes the play for the
went,
first out.
probably a couple players, but at least one that I saw that were really really bashing it on Twitter, and it's
He
just
flew out in his last at-bat. Cue shot here out toward short. So there's
you
a
have
pulled in
the
by
case
shortstop.
of
First baseman Miguel Cabrera
they were
stands
saying,
up.
okay, well, the owners leaked this deal that they have that seems good to like everyone else,
Breaking ball that time that misses out of the zone.
but that they knew the players are going to be unfair. So they tell the media, and the media says, hey, the owners going to make this deal. It seems super fair, blah, blah, blah. And the players then get it, and they say, hey, this isn't fair. We're not doing this. And so it turns like the people against them, right? Because then people are out there and they say, oh, that seems like a fair deal. And the players are like, no, 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 no. This isn't a fair deal. You guys got this wrong. And then the fans turn on the players versus the owners, right? Because it's not that, the fans think, oh, well, there's this deal out there. We think it's a good deal. The players should take it. And then the players don't take it, so the fans are like, oh, well, the players must not really want to play, or the players are greedy, etc. And just kind of like looking through some stuff, like it's kind of valid. Like it seems kind of valid. I don't really know what I don't know too much about it and everything, but I mean it certainly is something. Oh man, it was good, squared up, and it went right to the shortstop.
7th inning ready to roll. Now at the plate, Jonathan Scope. 1 for 2.
Is that 87 pitches?
Thus far.
So yeah, if I get through this inning, this will probably be it for Gallon. And bring on someone else for the next inning, because he's going to need a pinch hitter.
Third trip to the plate for him here tonight. 0 for 2 at this point. In there, 1-2 now. And he fouls this one off.
Man, that audio is desyncing bad. So I don't know. it just,
To
I,
2 balls and 2 strikes now.
I don't know. It just,
Swing and a bouncing ball for the second baseman Marte. Throw gets him.
because to me, so Mike Trout's making like
Now in the box,
what,
Nico Goodrum.
35, 40 million dollars a year, and they're saying with this scale he'd be making like $5 million, $6 million. So I mean, $5 million, $6 million to me seems like a really good deal. Like, you give me $5 million, I'll do whatever you want. I'll play baseball. Play baseball every day for a year. I might not be good at it, but I'll do it. I won't even take a day off. If I'm sick, I'll play. $5 million, I'll take it. But alright, so he's a lefty, so I want to go with probably Calhoun. So, but like to someone like Mike Trout, you know, maybe his, you know, I don't know where he lives, and I don't know, I'm not going to begin to think that like I understand the way his life is or anything like that, but if I was making $50 million a year, you know, I might be okay with having to pay for a house that's, you know, $1 million a year rent. And I might be paying like a credit card or something that's like $1 million a year, depending on what I buy. And, you know, I may have staff at my $1 million mansion. I may have, you know, services, and you have like, maybe you have like a protector or whatever, you know, people like that. You know, you have expenses. So if you have expenses and you're like, okay, well, I'm putting half my money away each year. I'm, you know, 20 million. I'm paying 40 million. I put 20 million in either savings or stocks or bonds or whatever, and the rest of it all goes, you know, and the other 20 million is all towards like expenses or food expenditures, all that stuff. So if you're going from, hey, I've got $20 million in expenditures, and now I've almost, now like I got $5 million, I'm only have $5 million this year, you know, that's not something you can really do, you know. So like, I also get it from there, from that side. CJ Cron pinch hitting.
Proven to be a guy that throws strikes coming out of the pen.
Struck him out. So I mean, I don't know. I just, ooh, nice defense. So I don't. I get it from both sides, right? Like, I understand everything.
Fastball, and it gets by him, a swinging strike.
So I just.
Lost in the air out toward right center. We coming on. He gets there to make the catch, and that ends the
didn't get there in time.
Gregory Soto is on to pitch out of the bullpen.
Is this bottom 9? Bottom 8. Oh, they got a lefty up? Come on.
David Peralta, 2 hits and 3 at-bats for him in this one. And he lays off, ball 4. Now the potential go-ahead run is on base here. So a runner at first now with nobody out. And that'll bring up the power bat of Edwin Encarnacion. Line towards center field.
Nope, right at him. Damn, the one time I didn't do a power swing, he hits a good line drive that's right at someone.
Stepping in and ready for another shot, Josh Rojas. He was a ground out victim last time up.
Yeah, Matty, expect this pitcher to try and get the same result as his last at bat right here.
All right, let's get Eduardo in the game.
On the ground, the way this defense is, they could certainly roll too.
I was gonna try to give him the day off, but
that's back toward the mound. This will be a tough turn, however.
It's all right. Move the runner over.
Second as he'll flip on to first for the sure out.
I'm at double last time, so all you need is a single, kid.
Ready with the 2-1.
3-1. Carson Kelly's on deck.
Like this, base runners mean everything, so he can ill afford to start giving away free passes.
Sinker misses, ball 4. Into the box.
Ooh, 3-1 for Carson.
Bat in this one. 2 on, 2 away.
This is right down the middle. I'm taking it.
The 3-1 pitch.
It was not right down the middle. I swung. I had my thumb off the left thumbstick because I said I wasn't gonna swing it unless it's right down the middle, and I swung anyways like an idiot.
Coming to the plate, Victor Reyes, and his guys need him to get things started here in the top half of the ninth. That's lifted the other way out to left. Peralta is there, and he has it for the out.
I kind of like having Merrill in the game, so I might even, like, depending on what happens with Puig, I might either pin. If Puig gets on, I'll bunt with Merrill. If Puig doesn't get on, I don't know, because I mean I don't really have great options because I've already pinch hit twice.
Jonathan Scope. It was a fly out for him in his last trip. And that is it for a 2-out
So I don't know.
knock. At the plate, Harold Castro. And he popped him up, but this will land untouched.
I forgot that I have other pitches that Gallon couldn't throw. Like Gallon's cutter was all over the place earlier.
Good running count right here. 3 balls,
Shit.
2 strikes, 2 out.
And that finds a seam for extra bases as we'll see if they want to wheel that go-ahead run.
Well, now I got a pinch hit with. I got a pinch hit for Merrill.
And here in the ninth, they have taken the lead. Jake Rogers will look to provide a little 2-out thunder off the bench as he'll hit with a runner at second and 2 away.
Are you for real? Just not going to find the strike zone? Come on, Merrill.
The 2-1 sinker, and it's 3 balls and a strike now.
Get your hand up.
1-run game here in the top of the ninth. Hit the other way out toward right field. Puig's got a read on it, and that retires the side.
Oh, I gotta get 2 back.
Joe Jimenez, if the man called on to close this one and earn a save in the ninth. Now batting, Yasiel Puig. He's working on a 1-for-3 thus far. This is hit high in
Got
the
under
air
it.
out toward left center.
I mean that's a good
There.
spot. It just was inside.
1 away.
Yeah, pinch hit with my only lefty. But I mean he's a good batter. He got 12 home runs on the year.
Now he spins on one here and drives
Got
it
13
to
home runs in the year.
field. Running
Oh, off the wall.
And that is off the wall in right field. And there's your tying run at second base with a 1-out double.
They're not gonna have me. What's his speed up there? Hey, his speed's awful. Why aren't you gonna tell me to put Tim Castro in?
Tim LeCastro will be subbed to be the pinch runner. Stepping in now, Starling Marte.
Oof.
And it's fouled away.
Bad swing. Alright, get locked in. Oh.
Miss, and they'll dodge a major bullet that
Alright, Cattell, you're 1 for 4.
standing in, Ketel Marte, as he'll look to bring home that tying run from second with a base hit into the outfield.
Nope.
Hit to first.
Didn't get down enough.
Cabrera, and he'll step on first for the out in the
Well, you know,
close one tonight, 2-1 the final score. The Tigers.
what can you do?
Battered in the ninth on the way to the win. Gregory Soro wins his 3rd win of the year in relief. Joe Jimenez.
Merrill took the loss. Bummer. Bummer. It's lit. 9 hits. Could not get anything going. Could not get anything going off 9 hits. I think that's the thing that I struggle with. I struggle with runners in scoring position a lot of the time. So, all right, on to tomorrow.